It is time to make the sound, to summon the stream. Wow, 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 wow. Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Coil Quickcard, and welcome to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke. Good morning, Coles. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so this is part of my ongoing Pokemon Generation 1 through 4 Remake Nuzlocke Marathon. Basically what that means is that I have been replaying the remakes of the Gen 1 through 4 games. So Fire Red, Soul Silver, Alpha Sapphire, and now Brilliant Diamond. This is the fourth and final version in the Nuzlocke Marathon. And any Pokemon family that I catch in any of the games is locked out for all of the future ones. You can find a complete list of all the already locked out Pokemon in the description of this video. It is quite long. We have locked out close to half the decks that would have been available up to Gen 4. We are going to have a maximum party size of 4, and no held items will be allowed. I think that covers the major rules. We will be using wheel spins to determine random choices. You know what? Let's just go with a classic Dawn today. But, of course, my name is Quill, so this is going to be Dill. This is Dill the Dawn. Once we get to the Grand Underground, I do have a plan for how we are going to be determining catches there. But that probably is not going to come into relevance on this stream, so that's good. Your name is going to be Oingo Peelin. Yes, Oingo Peelin. Truly, that is the name of a rival. A rival for the heroic and incredible Dill. I am expecting this to be decently easy. I mean, it's gonna be okay. Some of the gym leaders are definitely going to be rough. And if we don't get Turtwig or Piplup, Rourke is going to be a serious threat. So, hopefully, we're going to be okay. Let's go with a nice pink window for Dill. Set the battle tile to set. Automatic, give, no gyroscopes, autosave, fuck that. Nicknames are all correct. Alright. Settings are set. Oh yeah, Monferno evolves at 14, that's right. I would still prefer Turtwig or Piplup, but we'll have to see. So, the way that I have my setup going, my entire main monitor is being used for the game. So, all of my other reference material, OBS and everything, are being run on the second monitor. So it is going to take a little bit longer than usual, just for me to gather stuff like the sprites and everything. But not so much longer that it's going to be terribly disruptive, I think. Are the badges meant to be upside down? I don't think they are. No, you're right. They were upside down. Huh. No, that had to have just been something that happened while I was just running transformations on it to make everything fit. Oh. The rest of the interface should be set up nicely. Don't mind the little dots in the badge interface. They are like that for a reason. It's because they're polished. And as a matter of fact, why don't we run a chroma key? Ah. Well, that certainly didn't work. Similarity. No. Why is it... It disappeared the entire grayscale when I did that. Okay, so the chroma key's not going to work. That's fine. We'll just move that below the Pokemon slots then. Should be fine. It always takes a little bit of finagling to get this stuff set up, but it's gonna be fine. It's probably gonna be fine. There's probably nothing to be worried about. Everything's going to be okay. There's no need to be concerned. I said don't panic! Good. So now that we're all calm and not panicking... Hello! It is just about time to pick our starter. And that's why you don't go into the tall grass. Alright. It is time for the wheel to decide. And Cole, you're going to have to pick a name for our starter. Let the wheel decide! Okay. We do have the rare Sinnoh fire type, which is good. Honestly, not a bad choice. And it will be named Wukong. Damn, Dill, you are looking not bad. I always thought that Dawn's design actually looked better without the hat. I've got some lovely green tea to accompany the stream today. Is it cool enough to drink yet? Yes, it is. Perfect. Alright, so we definitely need to hit level 14 before we take on Rourke. Rourke is going to be a bit of an issue. But Chimchar will serve us very effectively. And having a fire type in Sinnoh is a rare treat. So I should be happy with that. Also to the TTRPG I added reference as one of them just being straight up the brimstone from Isaac. You love talking about Binding of Isaac these days, Coles, and I have no reference for any of it. Not to say that you have to stop or anything, but I do need to clarify that if you want me to comprehend the importance of anything you mention from Binding of Isaac, you will have to provide the context as well. Thank God for running shoes. Yeah, I get that it's your current hyperfixation. Believe me, I know how that goes. I usually have 2 or 3 active at any given time. Alright, we are not going to start the tracking until we have our Pokeballs. For once, I'm just accepting that. Noob, welcome to the stream. We are going to give you next name. Glad to have you back. Noob, you will be happy to hear something. The RPG Maker project, I actually added, I think, close to a half a dozen mimics spread across the latest dungeon areas. Completely without your prompting. It was actually a perfect place for them. Oh, whoops. I didn't give it a name. Yep, you weren't there when we added several mimics. It's not a joke. Alright, I'll check it. Where is the name raider anyway? We're gonna have to wait a while before we can properly name our Pokemon, unfortunately. Let's see. Useful characters page. The name raider is in Eterna City. So let's... Whoops. Brimstone replaces your tears with a blood laser that has infinite range, pierces, and goes through rocks. It deals your current damage stat, protect for the enemies in the laser. Cool. Now, I am going to be in a minority here, okay? I think Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are perfectly good remasters, with a couple glaring exceptions. The first glaring exception to that is what they did with the Pokemon Watch. That was absolute garbage. It was truly and utterly a failure of design for what they did with the Pokemon Watch. It was integrated, one of the worst I've ever seen any old feature integrated into a remake in my entire life. A lot of people were upset that the game didn't have the Platinum content in it. Aubrey, we are going to throw you on the naming list as well. Also ahead of Coles, since they got to name the starter. Even if the starter isn't technically named yet. Okay. But it's just for years, for literally years, people were begging for Diamond and Pearl remakes, 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 Diamond and Pearl remakes. They would not shut up about Diamond and Pearl remakes. And then they got a Diamond and Pearl remake. And they were upset that it wasn't platinum. And all I could think is, no shit. If people wanted a platinum remake, they should have spent all their years asking for a platinum remake. And to be fair, a lot of people did specifically ask not for Diamond and Pearl remake, but Gen 4 remake. So that's okay. Noob, it's going to be your name here in a minute. I did see that Fire Red and Leaf Green are getting Switch eShop release, and according to the description, it will have Pokemon Home access as well, eventually. I barely believe them. Even Pokemon Legends ZA hasn't gotten the access to Home yet. Alright, Noob, it is your job to name this Bidoof. What are we going to name this Bidoof? And I will make a note of it in my encounter tracker. Okay, his name is God. You wouldn't happen to be an RT Game Watcher, would you, then? Because that is where I would know Bidoof is being God from. Also, important thing, because I think this counted as our Lake Verity encounter to get the starter. So, Lake Verity encounter, where we got a Chimchar, and name it Wukong in Eterna. There we go. Okay, I made a note so that I won't forget to do that. Never heard of RT? Alright, Aubrey, you are going to be next to name. There we go. Just adjust the naming list here. Hold on, don't you need the Lake Fairies to finish the game? If it's necessary to progress the plot, yeah, we can do it, but otherwise, it's really not an issue. But I don't actually think you do. Route 219 doesn't have anything particularly useless. Also, if in doubt, you can shiny hunt. Shiny odds are higher than this. That is true. This was after the shiny odds change. If I get to name it again, then name it the Zanya. Alright, I will remember that. Yeah, Pokemon Center first. The sound visualizer is on screen. Why was it on screen? Hold on. I don't know why it did that. That's the second time I've had that happen, and I don't even know how or why it does that. That's a feature of OBS I've never really come across before. So, Eterna City, that's where we also get the Grand Underground. Interesting. Alright, Route 202. Aubrey, you'll get to name whatever we find here. Do you also have Let's Go on the Switch? I do not. We will not be able to get Mew. However, we will be able to get Jirachi. And I don't have any rules or restrictions against legendaries, so we're doing this run with a goddamn Jirachi. Thanks, Mom. I'm taking dibs for the Jirachi. I'm not going to take dibs for the Jirachi. The way we are going to handle Jirachi's name is everyone will suggest it, a name. We will put the name in the wheel, and then we will spin the wheel. That way it's not a matter of whoever happens to be next in the list getting to call dibs on Jirachi. I just think that that's a fair way of naming something as interesting as a Jirachi. Like, literally no one will be able to say it isn't fair if we just use the wheel to name Jirachi. I really do like BDSP. I think they're fine. Could they have been better? Oh dear gods, yes, they could have been better. They could have been so much better. We are not going to be going for Lugia, Kyogre, or Latias. Or are you saying that we used a different naming convention for them before? Which is true, but tough shit. I am the only god here if you exclude God the Bidoof. I make the rules. I have infinite power, and none of you can stop me. Except by not watching or unsubscribing, which I hope you don't. So you actually do have a small modicum of power, but mostly it's because I am a god. See you, Lucas. Alright, Route 202, Encounter. Aubrey, you are up for naming. And it is a Starly. Perfect. We're gonna need a name for the Starly. And it's going to be Tenna. Tenna the Starly. Cool. It has been a while since I played PDSP. My first name is always Tenna because, well, it's time to start. Fair enough. Alright, we're moving you to the bottom of the naming list. Coles, you will be next. Oh yeah! Since I'm playing this on legit hardware, trade evolutions are actually a possibility. I hadn't even thought about this. Yeah, this is legit hardware with active services. Boy, that's been a while, huh? Cool. Alright. Moving on. We're basically going to ignore all of our other Pokemon at this moment. Because since we're running a maximum party size of 4, and this game has, you know, mandatory experience share, everybody's going to be leveling up at a decent rate. So we really don't need to worry about doing any kind of Switch trading. Oh! I don't know if anyone here is a Game Grumps fan, but holy crap. Their Nuzlocke went about as well as I anticipated it would. I had been looking forward to that for so long because I knew it would be an utter catastrophe. And it was an utter catastrophe. Alright, Tristan. What are you and your shorts gonna try to do to stop me? Because I'll have you know, I am a monkey. Ouch. I have to be careful, though. I need money for a PS3 game, but the PS3 has no games. If you need trade Evo, I'm here to help. Thank you very much. Hell yeah, mandatory XP share. Mandatory XP share with party size of 4 means everyone's actually going to be really, really well taken care of. I know what you said. I don't actually recognize that particular Game Grumps line. I'm just refusing to do the Elite Four because, yeah, I'm not dealing with that competitive nonsense. Oh, Macho Grubba. Yeah. I know that the 1,000-Year Door is one of, like, Game Grumps' iconic series. I am slightly ashamed to say that I've only ever skimmed it. I haven't actually sat and watched the whole thing. I've been following the Game Grumps for, oh god, over 10 years. Ooh, I don't like that. If you prepare well for the Elite Four, they're not too bad, but yeah, the BDSP Elite Four, they absolutely toughened them up. Nice. Hello, sir. Hey, Shinx, what's up? By the way, I will... Nah, we'll be fine for the Elite Four. Honestly, we're gonna be just fine. I do want to say, if there's anybody here who enjoys my Pokemon stuff, who did not follow my Pokemon Too Many Types 2 playthrough, I would suggest giving it a look. There was some crazy shit in that, and it was hilarious. I nearly got myself caught in a soft lock loop because I had Sans from Undertale going up against Terrapagos. It was insane. That entire playthrough turned into a shit show as soon as I found Sans from Undertale. Which, honestly, yeah, that tracks. Uh-huh. Tis a fine morning to start a Nuzlocke. And that is some wonderful team. Tea, not team. I swear I know how talking works. Alright, I'll go to the trainer's school. My god. You ugly-ass clown. Hey, what's up, Oingo Peelin'? It's also a wonderful team you have. Yes, it is. I love this art style. This art style works so good for Pokemon. Oh, good. I, a random young girl, am being accosted by middle-aged men in the middle of town who wants to have me go find a bunch of clowns. That's probably fine. Do 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 do. You, clown. Yes, Pokemon can hold items. Thank you. I require more clowns. Boy, I sure hope they're not having a dangerous blackout in Sunyshore City. But I do also think it's important to note that the way the Pokemon Watch has been integrated into this game is a goddamn travesty. Like, I do not know what kind of directives led to the Pokemon Watch's integration in its current form, but this is garbage. Like, this is actual garbage. What a terrible integration. Alright, Route 204. Cole, you are up for a name, possibly. You do get a name! It's a Shinx! Perfect. Alright, let me update my list here. We had a Route 202 with a Starly, and this is Route 204 with a Shinx. Did we have Shinx in Heart Gold, Soul Silver? Did I never update my list like that? Oh, yeah, we did. Why did I never update that? Shinx, Luxio, Luxray. Yep, okay. So this is a dead route. Yeah, the volume is off again. Why? What is... Oh, okay. When I'm moving my cursor over to the other monitor, the monitor that I am using for the Pokemon, it brings up the audio levels on that monitor. That is really weird. Put it next to the chat. It would look... Well, here's the thing. It won't be there most of the time, and I genuinely do not know why it's showing up. Like, that's the crazy thing. I don't have a source for that. Okay, give me a moment, because something I have not been doing is putting up the Pokemon team. So let me just go ahead and grab Chimchar, Monferno, Infer... Yeah, I don't know why the volume thing is showing up. I do not have that on any of the sources. We also need a Bidoof. And while we're at it, let's grab a Bibarel. And also going to grab a Starly. And Staravia. And Staraptor. Okay. Pokemon 1 is a Chimchar. Here we go. Oh god, he's got one of the kind of busted sprites. Ugh. Come on. Replace it. Thank you. Alright, can you knock that out, please? Knock that off. Let's try again. I have Shining Pearl, if that's okay with you. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're just gonna have to deal with... visually glitchy Chimchar for a bit. I'm sorry for that. Then we've got Bidoof, of course. And we've got Starly. I even tried re-downloading the image. I don't know why it is doing that. That's actually really distracting, and that's not gonna be fun for people to look at. Hold on. We're going to fix that. We're just going to get a static image instead. Okay. Sorry, Chimchar, but you're gonna have to go static. Okay. There we go. That's better. That's much better. Alright, moving on. Hello. Coles, you are still next in the naming. Our Team Chimchar is just going to hang out there being... Well, he's just going to keep minding his own business. Chimchar's going to go over here. There we go. Ember! Beat the crap out of him, Chimchar. You fool! You dare use a defense curl against me? You stupid, ignorant little beaver bastard. I shall burn you to death with my fire monkey. Because I am a hero. Cool, thanks, Tina. We are going to be going out of our way to get more trainer battles over the course of this Nuzlocke. Simply because we're not going to have access to rare candy boosting like I've done before. That's just one of the natural consequences of playing on actual hardware. When it comes to emulation, my rule has always been just not to emulate active console generations. So I do not have, and have actually never used, Switch emulation. The day may come when I will do Switch emulation. That's going to be a day after, you know, the Switch is basically retired and it's no longer, like, reasonably doable to access their library of games. But given the Switch's success, I would say that day is probably 10 years away. But yeah, that's basically always been my rule with emulations, is just I don't emulate current hardware. That's where I draw my moral line. I know other people have different moral lines. I don't begrudge them those. I do not think there is anything wrong with their perspectives or superior about mine. It is purely a matter of preference and of nothing else. Ooh, a Budu. That is not a good choice. I do wish we could get Dawn a bigger, like a longer skirt, though. Your trade Foster for this is going to be Sneasel. We don't even know if that's going to be relevant. That probably isn't something that's going to happen for a few weeks, even if we do end up doing trade evolutions. But I very much appreciate that, Nancy. Very appreciated. Okay. Let's keep going. Pokemon are gaining experience. When they get XP, they will level up and maybe evolve into stronger mons. Then they'll be really strong. I think mine has a longer skirt because I pre-ordered it. I'm gonna be honest, I always found Dawn to be one of the more unnecessarily confrontational of Ash's various associates. But not as confrontational as Iris. Iris was needlessly antagonistic. And I think it was in a way that's not quite as fun as the banter he had with Misty. Or maybe I'll just be an eternal Ash and Misty shipper because that's where I hopped on board. And yet, maybe not, because, Serena and Ash had such cute chemistry. It was adorable. I'm a sucker for that sort of stuff. I'll look at my wife watching her Disney Channel movies and shows, and I'll think, oh, come on. This is so immature. And then I see Serena giving Ash a little kiss on a escalator. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. So, who am I to judge? And the answer is, I am everyone to judge, because as previously established in this stream, I am God. Okay, this is where it gets a little scary. 30-year-old man gushes about a tween's love life. That's being a fan of all ages media in a nutshell, right there. Okay. That's fine. I slightly fear this Piplup. I probably can't do too much with my quick attack at this point. No. I can do one more quick attack safely, though. Does your Piplup not know Water Gun for some reason? I do have a simple Bidoof. Yep, okay. We're lowered by 2 stages. We are lowered by 4 stages. But my defenses have also now been boosted by 2 stages. Perfect. I don't think this Piplup knows Water Gun for some reason. But it's actually kind of weird. It should know Water Gun. I'm gonna risk a Chimchar. Either that or it's just been consistently holding out on Water Gun this whole time. If this thing actually pulls out a Water Gun and KOs me, I'm going to be terrified. Because it is low enough now that Torrent would be active. So if it does know Water Gun and hits me with it, I die. Like, that's just an objective fact at this point. How did you stop your Piplup from learning Water Gun? Why did you stop your Piplup from learning Water Gun? Why have you done this? Okay. Well, thanks, sir, I guess. That was weird. Okay. Hello. You wanna fight? You wanna fight, you little kid? I'll be honest, Iris from Pokemon, from Gen 5's adventures, she actually kind of scares me. And the main reason she scares me is because Axu lives in her hair. And Axu weighs 40 pounds. Iris has a 40-pound dragon living in her hair and has never shown the slightest sign that it interferes with her ability to move around. That is a strong girl. Hello there, Zubat. Cosmion, I give a pass to. Cosmion, I give a pass to, simply because it kind of naturally can just redistribute its own weight, as indicated by the fact it's capable of locomotion. The Larvitar, however, yeah, that was a lot. That was very impressive. It's not that Iris is able to lift it. Like, lifting it, okay, sure, you can lift it. But being able to regularly carry around 40 pounds on your head, 40 pounds that is moving around and wiggling and redistributing its weight regularly without it ever affecting you, that is a different level of impressive. Hello, Pokeball. Let's shoot for... is 2 badges realistic today? It's been less than an hour. 2 badges is probably realistic today. Wait. Wait, hold on. This is a new route. Did I have any wild encounters on this route yet? Can anybody tell me? Like, I know we fought some trainers. Did we actually have any wild encounters here, though? Or is this route still live? I think this route is still live. I don't think we've had any wild encounters on this route. Alright, let's go for our wild encounter on 203. Alright, well, it doesn't matter anyway because it's a Shinx. Either way, it's a dead route. Okay. We will make a note that Route 203 has been cleared. Hello there. Hey, last Caitlin, would you mind telling me where you got a skirt that long? I don't know if you've noticed, but Dawn is like one extremely minor breeze away from just flashing the world, and I would really prefer for her to not do that. How is Mew not considered a cute Pokemon? Look at its Gen 1 sprite. That's how. Come on, Chimchar. Do your thing, buddy. Very good. And buddy. Anime Square doesn't know what's cute. Amity Square is its own weird thing. Hello, sir. Please fight me. You have a Machop. Alright, there goes that cup of tea. Now to pour my next cup of tea. Nice. And the style shop in the winter style has a long skirt. Thank you for letting me know. Hello. Hello, Starly. How are you doing now? You're a bird, you're a bird, you're a bird. You're a bird, you're a bird, you're a bird. You're a bird, Starly, you're a bird. And you are dead. Screw you, lass. Your Bidoof will also die. In fire. I'm in a very good mood this morning. Yum. Do 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 do. No item over here, right? No, there is. There's like, yeah, there's this. A repel. It's a bird. It's a bird. Yes, it is a bird and its name is Charlie. This bird wants to kill us all. It's a bird. Die, bird! We murdered a bird because we are the heroes of this world. Alright, new location, Orberg Gate. Going back to limited use TMs and just having them give you multiple copies, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Like, clearly they recognize that one of the biggest issues of TMs is just not having them be infinite use. And yet, the best solution they could come up with was, here, just have multiple copies. It's really, really dumb. So, I'm guessing that Orberg Gate is not going to provide us with a new Pokemon. Probably just a Zubat or a Geodude or something. Neither of which we can use. I'm pretty sure Geodude's off the list. Yeah, Geodude's off the list. Yum. Good job, Chimchar. Power Up Punch. You are goddamn right. I want Power Up Punch. Holy hell, I love Power Up Punch. That is our path to victory right there. Hello. Would you like to see my new power? I call it Power Up Punch. You are a small child, and I am going to beat the shit out of you with my punches. Because I am a hero. And by punches, I mean I'll burn you alive. Nice. Psyduck! Hello, Psyduck. Pleasure to meet you. And punch to the face. Yep. No surprise there, but you are such a low level that it doesn't matter. I need fame body. We all need fame bodies. But sadly, the flesh is pudgy and fat. Alright, let's get our encounter. And it is a Zubat. Orbird Gate, marking it off the list. Perfect. Hey, Geodude, what's up? Cool. Yes, I know where the gym is, small child. Cool. Yeah, cool. I've started recording what's going to be the next daily series for my channel. It is StarCraft 2, and I'm doing all campaigns of StarCraft 2. Had a lot of fun recording that. Okay, Route 207, next encounter. It is a Machop. Did we ever encounter a Machop on our runs? Yes, we did. Okay. Route 207 is dead. Moving on. Route 207 might be dead, but we found some balls. Heart Gold Soul Silver really screwed us over. It's fine. Hold on, are all trade evos on this game list? They are not. I think. We've never had an Abra. And weirdly, I don't think we've ever had a Ghastly. So that's two actually really, really big trade evos that are not on the list. We can catch a Machamp. No, the entire evolution line gets locked out once we catch it. So when we caught our first Eevee, every evolution was locked out. When we caught a Machop, Machoke, and Machamp were locked out. When we caught our first Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume, and Bellossom were all locked out. And when we caught a Politoed and Poliwrath are both locked out. I swear I know how talking works. I swear. Okay, and here's our encounter for the Orberg Mine. So, Orberg Mine is locked out as well. Cool. Did you win Oras? Yes, I did. We actually went through Alpha Sapphire without losing a single Pokemon to the Elite Four. It was an absolutely fantastic finale in Alpha Sapphire. We had to do a lot of boosting strats to get through the Elite Four. It was a very slow experience, but in the end, we succeeded perfectly and with not a single lost Pokemon on the Elite Four. It was so good. It was so clean. The real scary thing, though, is it wasn't until I had already started the Elite Four that I suddenly realized, oh shit, I brought nothing that counters Drake. Because we actually lost Kyogre on the Wally fight just before the Elite Four. I was very upset to lose Kyogre. At that point, it was still, like, my primary strategy to get through the Elite Four. So, yeah, it required some quick last-minute thinking. I'm not running any kind of a filter on this, am I? No, okay. Hello, sir. Can I introduce you to the power of my punches? Sandstorm. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. The Frick-It We Ball strat. It was less Frick-It We Ball and more unbelievably careful and cautious calculation about how can I get the opportunity to stack enough stat buffs on this character to actually survive the coming battle. It was really stressful. But I also think it's the best, like, the best Elite Four Nuzlocke I've ever done. Just because of how well I did and how much effort it took to make it work. We are one level away from evolution. We found an escape rope. Alright. Hey Zubat, how's it going? Are you gonna Zubat all over the bad guys? Are you gonna Morb on them? God, I remember the whole Morbius fiasco. It is so goddamn funny that Morbius actually got re-released. Like, imagine being a Sony executive and actually thinking that all the online mockery Morbius was getting would actually translate into new ticket sales and re-releasing it. Like, a grown adult, someone who presumptively spent years studying business and marketing, you know, public dynamics, market trends, someone who spent years and money on their education to excel in this field, made the decision to re-release Morbius because it was being mocked. How does one achieve that level of incompetence? Oh, damn, an Onyx. I don't think we've ever had an Onyx. No, we have had an Onyx. Okay. In that case, you are useless to me, Rock Snake. Alright. So, Chimchar's got plus special defense minus speed. Not great. God has lower attack and increased defense, of course. And Tenna has reduced special attack. Okay, definitely not the best natures. But they're also definitely not the worst natures. Alright, let's go get some more experience on the gym trainers. You, fight me. What do you have, youngster Jonathan? You have Geodude. Some of the cries from Pokemon in the anime are going to be stuck in my brain for the rest of my life. In a few decades, I will be 80 years old, and I'll just be sitting around, and the sound will pop into my head. Diglett dig, trio, trio, trio. And I'll just, like, subtly giggle to myself, because it's funny. Or just Guzzlord going, ah! That Guzzlord knew how to make an entrance. And who, of course, could forget the incredible sounds of the Reggies. Red eyes. Un. To be fair, if I was an Arctovish, or any of those abominable fossil hybrids, I'd probably spend most of my life screaming as well. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. The Gen 8 Fossilmons are basically just canonized Pokemon fusion. Okay. I think I really need to get this Chimchar up to 14. Like, I don't want to spend a lot of time just out grinding in the wild, but there is genuinely, like, a real chance of Chimchar losing this fight before it evolves. Guys, Quill is bald. Source, it came to me in a vision. Well, first of all, I have had a few videos, like less than 5, but there are videos that do show my face. So, and to be fair, I have been in the process of having my hair thin very consistently over the last 15 years. I haven't yet reached a point of full baldness. But I would say I'm only a little bit more haired than Colin Mockery from, like, early Whose Line Is It Anyway? Back when Drew Carey was there. How old are those videos? I think the last one's less than 2 years old. So, yeah, I'm slightly better than Colin Mockery from Drew Carey era Whose Line Is It Anyway? I've still got more on top than he does, but it has thinned a lot. What really annoys me is that it still continues to grow on the sides and back. Just as thick as ever, and that's really annoying. I'm not bald yet, but I'm definitely balding. But unless I just shave it off, I'm probably gonna have like a good healthy chunk of hair on the sides and back for several years to come. It's just going to increasingly look worse and worse. Come on, Chimchar. I believe in you, man. Cool. And there goes the last of my hot tea for the morning. I still have my mug full of iced tea, my usual drink of choice. But the morning hot tea has been fully expended. Cool. There we go. There's the level 14. And Chimchar is evolving, he becoming Monferno. He is strong, he's monkey. There we go. Monferno has joined, and his sprite is actually working. That also means that now we have Stab Power-Up Punch. Yeah, we'll take Mach Punch over Scratch, that's fine. It's cold in my place, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Alright, the time has come. It is time to battle Rourke. Look at Monferno. Oh, he's so happy. Look how happy he is. He just gets to stand there, hopping, having a great time. Oh, he's so happy. The good little monkey. Who's a good monkey? Who's a good monkey? You are. You're a good monkey. Alright, enough of this, you asshole. Ender of runs. Slayer of the unprepared Nuzlockers. Let's do this. Geodude, perfect. You will stay alive long enough to give me some of the boosts I need. Power up! Punch! Stealth Rock active. Falcon Punch! That's 2 boosts. Hello, Onyx. Let me introduce you to Falcon Punch! 3 boosts. We will be going into Cranidos with 4+4 attack. It might be enough to one-shot. Even if it's not enough to one-shot, I'm almost 100% sure we can survive whatever attack he does, and we can guarantee first hit on the turn after with Mach Punch. Hello, Cranidos. I noticed you had a decorated Pokeball for him. Good for you. Cranidos beaten. Not bad at all. Even God leveled up. Tenno wants to learn Double Team. Honestly, yeah, Double Team, pretty damn good. Alright, the first major roadblock of the Nuzlocke has been cleared. I do love that this guy has a Cranidos. Like, they do not mess around. They're like, oh, hey, welcome to Gen 1. Here's a goddamn, like, super strong Pokemon. And first badge has been activated. And we got stickers. You know, if they ever actually do make, like, a full-blown, proper, multi-region Pokemon MMO, and if they actually brought in, like, all the features that various Pokemon games have had over the years, there would be so much goddamn content in that game. We would have berry pots, we'd have berry farms, we'd have stickers, Pokemon contests. I mean, God, there would be everything. I do think it's inevitable. I really do. I think someday we are going to have a full-blown multi-region kind of open-world Pokemon experience. And when I say someday, I'm saying, like, that could be 10, 15 years away before we actually have one that everyone will be able to appreciate. But it's absolutely inevitable. The series has been crying out for such a possibility for years. The main thing I'm happy about is that Pokemon never fell into the NFT craze. Because, quite frankly, Pokemon plus NFTs, it would have been terrible for players, but as far as like the intention of what NFTs are supposed to be, and you know, never were, but the idea that people could essentially have just essentially own Pokemon and be able to trade them like that. Somewhere there's an executive who thought of it. Somewhere there were people who were pitching the idea to executives. And praise be to the merciful gods that it never happened. Hello, Zubat. Your bull cuts are no match for us, Team Galactic. Suck on my victory, jerkwads. Coles, you will probably be getting to name relatively soon. But first, we must continue the adventures of Dill. Good news, guys. Now we can make our balls look better. We can finally decorate our balls. and show off our glorious balls to the world for all to enjoy. Ravaged Path. Let's actually not Rock Smash, because if we get an encounter from that, it's just going to be Geodude. Okay, it is a Zubat. Ravaged Path is dead. There's actually a fair number of just useless encounters in Gen 4. We are going to have access to the Grand Underground, though, and we're actually going to be doing some real fun stuff with the Grand Underground. Basically, you know what? It's going to be hard to explain, but when we get to the next stream, I will show off how we're going to do the Grand Underground, and I think it's going to really make people happy. Hopefully we'll get some good encounters down there. But it is going to be left up to chance. The wheel is going to decide which areas in the Grand Underground we go to, and are going to be determining which Pokemon in those areas we might get. So there is the very real possibility that the wheel will run up, the wheel will come up with locked out Pokemon. This is what happens when you go out of your way in a challenge like this to get an encounter on all routes. Yeah, I know. The thing is, I've had enough Nuzlocke runs fail at unexpected moments that I like to make damn sure that I have options. And I also think it's more fun for the purposes of like a Nuzlocke out of multiple games linked with shared restrictions. I think it's more fun to try and fill up that list of locked out Pokemon as you go along. I don't think it's quite as fun if you catch like 5 Pokemon in Fire Red and nothing else, because you know you can beat it with those 5 Pokemon. I think it's more fun going into the next game under an increasing set of restrictions. And I will continue to think that until the time my rules come back to bite me in the ass. At which point, these will be stupid rules and only a stupid person would come up with them. And at that point, I will know that past me was a stupid bad person who hated me, and I can't believe he'd do that. But that's not going to happen, because I'm incredible at Pokemon, and I'm going to win, and everything's going to be fine. And there's no reason to panic. There's no reason to panic. There's no reason to panic. There's no reason to panic! Those girls look like Oompa Loompas in dresses. And I don't like it. Power up punch. Ah, screw it. Roll out. Pfft, nice job, squirrel. I am my own worst enemy type thing. Please stop quick attacking me. Please stop critically hitting me. I punched a squirrel to death. I fought 2 Oompa Loompas and I punched their squirrels to death. I am a goddamn hero. I am the greatest hero that has ever existed. Who else but me would be willing and able to go out there, fight Oompa Loompas, and punch their squirrels to death? Only I can make the hard decisions. Fury Swipes is garbage. Take that, Oompa Loompa 1. Take that, Oompa Loompa 2. Flow aroma. Okay, everybody. The time has come. The time has come. Oh, right. I don't actually have save data for this profile. Hold on. This is important. Okay. So we need Pokemon Sword and Shield save data in order to access this Jirachi. And it does have to be on this profile, I believe. So we're going to make a quick save. Okay. I did save, right? And we are very quickly going to put some Sword and Shield data on this profile. Specifically the Nuzlocke profile. My name is One. Now we just need some save data. Because we are getting this goddamn Jirachi. So I need people to start suggesting names for Jirachi. Everybody throw out a name for Jirachi. We're going to put all the names into a wheel, and then we are going to spin the wheel to determine what we will name the Jirachi. Can you imagine being this man? Like, just standing in a stadium full of people, with thousands of people standing all around you. Basically in a sports stadium. And imagine walking out on the field and declaring, "Hello, everybody. Welcome to this stadium. This is a ball." And you, like, bring out a ball to show to the crowd what balls are. Just in case anybody to that stadium is new, has never heard of sports in their entire life, and has no idea what balls are. Just to make sure they're all on the same page. Because that's basically what this guy just did. He basically just walked out onto the field in an entire stadium full of people who came to watch animals fight. And was like, "Hi, everybody! Has anybody here heard of animals?" Starfall and Bardon are suggested names. I will throw those into the list. Starfall, Bardon. Nancy, Aubrey, if you are here, please go ahead and recommend a name for Jirachi so we can put it onto the list of potential names. I am curious if I have to play far enough to actually get a Pokemon before the save data will allow me to access the Jirachi, or if I can just save as soon as I'm out of a cutscene. Bardon means wish, if you wanted to know. What language? I've never heard that. Okay. Save. There we go. We saved. Is that enough to access the Jirachi? Nepali. Ah, Nepali. Cool. Nancy Aubrey, we don't have much long. If you... Oh, Jevil! Right. Okay. Starfall, Bardon, and Jevil. Okay. I have the names entered. Hello. We have a Jirachi. And that means it is time to determine the name of our Jirachi. And it appears that our Jirachi is going to be named... Jevil. There is not a Legends of Arceus bonus here. The two bonuses available here are Jirachi and Mew. So, congratulations! We now have Jevil the Jirachi, who has reduced special defense, because of course he does. I thought there was a Shaman. I don't remember the conditions for the Shaman event. Let me look that up real quick. Legendary Pokemon... Shaman. After you get the Oak's Letter item in an event, you can take the Special Light Stone to the end of Route 224. I believe that is post-game. But if it is not post-game, I'm almost 100% sure it's post-game. If it is not, then yes, we can definitely go and get some of the event legendaries. So I think this is the town where we are first able to get honey. Hello? I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I would never be wrong because I am so awesome. We got a spray duck. We got a berry. Don't need stickers. Good. None of them are holding anything. Cherries. Two orange berries. I would really like to know where this audio display is coming from. What on earth is causing that to happen? I can't keep it up and access the source at the same time. Is it coming from the bottom of the screen? No, it's just like a microphone display. What is doing that? What causes that to happen? I have no idea. Yeah, I got no idea why that's being displayed. It's not from any of my sources. But it's clearly the audio for the Elgato. And it's being displayed... Hold on. Bah. Bah. No, that's my mic audio. Okay. So... why would it be displaying my microphone audio when I tab over there? Why would it do that? Screw it. Doesn't really matter. Hello. Cool. Alright, we need to save this girl from the Valley Windworks. So, the Valley Windworks. First off, Flow Aroma Town, we can make a note. This is where we get the Jirachi. So we could potentially get a Drifloon here, or we can risk it for a Buizel, Shellos, or Pachirisu. There is also a 10% chance of Bidoof. Or we could go for the Friday Drifloon. Yeah, I think the Friday Drifloon is the better choice here. But we also really don't want to risk that right now, because it spawns at level 22. So, Valley Windworks is getting saved for next stream. We'll just set the day to a Friday, we'll come in here, and we'll catch the Drifloon. Ooh, normal types, huh? That is a bad choice. Told ya. Alright, Jevil, we need you to start getting some XP. Cool. Tenna is evolving. Oh, right. I also need the Jirachi sprite. Okay. We are grabbing the Jirachi. And slot number 3 is going to be a Staravia. And slot number 4 is going to be a Jirachi. There we go. Look at that. It's adorable. Cool. How dare you? Alright, I'll go get the key from the Floraroma meadow. But first... Aww. Damn. I have once again been defeated by bowl cuts. Not for the first time in my life, and I know not for the last either. But one day I shall have my victory. Alright, fight time! Let's kick some ass! You think you can stop me, you ignorant little miscreants? I will burn your Wurmple to ashes. Ember burn! Haha, it's funny because you're dead. Silcoon! Hello, Silcoon. Goodbye, Silcoon. Ooh, God, we crit it, too. Yeah, I just roasted that guy. Monferno is getting a little too high level. It's starting to cut into my XP gains. So I think we should put someone else in the lead. And yet, maybe not. I mean, Monferno does just basically handle all of these fights. Oh, thank God, we avoided Supersonic. If Sonic the Hedgehog is really so strong, then how come my Monferno can avoid Supersonic? Yeah, didn't think about that, did you? Suck on it, Sonic fans. I just disproved that your character is good. No one can deny my logic. Actually, the relative XP gain is still filtered based on the recipient's experience, so I think we're fine either way. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the honey. Yes, I would like to buy 10 honeys. We will put some honey on this tree. Flow Aroma Meadow is a valid catching point. If we can reach Eterna City, that would be a pretty good stopping point, I think. We do have to get through the entire forest. I mean, it's doable. Yeah, we'll probably be fine. I love the snapping music in the background. The finger snaps. They kind of remind me of Pokemon Coliseum. I would love to revisit the Ore region again someday. Ore, whichever. The Pokemon Coliseum setting was interesting. It was very much just, like, American West. Really cool. Goodbye, Cascoon. Cool. Ugh. Hello, sir. I'm here to kill you and destroy all the things that you love and hold dear, because I am a hero. Hello, wormhole. I'm going to murder you with my monkey. Go, monkey, burn them all. Burn them to the ground. I am a hero and you're just a stupid bug. I'm gonna kill you with my fire. Yeah. Good work, Jevil. Glamio. Ouch. Cole, you are still at the top of the naming list. We will probably be catching a Pokemon here pretty soon. Like within the next 15 minutes. Either on the route or in Eterna Forest. One of those two locations we're probably going to have a catch. Hello, Commander. Noob and Aubrey, you may not get another chance to name today. Noob, you might. Aubrey, probably not. We're just gonna have to sort of play it by ear, see how it goes. Honestly, shooting for a 3-hour length today for the stream. Somewhere between 2.5 and 3 hours, I think, is fine. We'll see how long it takes to get to Eterna City. I might do the gym there as well. I'm not sure. I don't even remember what the Eterna gym is. Oh, it's Gardenia. Okay, that's hilarious. Yeah, if we get to Eterna, a grass type gym leader is not going to do well against me. Alright, they have summoned a Perugly. This one's actually fairly powerful. Holy crap. Yeah. How tough are you? Okay, that's actually a pretty good hit, but we still have the advantage of power-up punch. You do outspeed me. Okay. We might actually kill from here with Mach Punch. No held items will probably be the downfall of the run. It might be. Alright, that went well. Legendaries tend to gain a move every 10 levels, I've noticed. So Jevil might have a move to learn. Nope. Alright. Success. Cool. Okay, we are skipping Valley Windworks. We can get an encounter on Route 205. And then an encounter in Eterna Forest. Let's grab a few repels for the Eterna Forest as well. We might get stuck in Eterna Forest with 5 Pokemon and no way to deposit one for a bit. That's fine, I just can't use the 5th Pokemon. Yeah, let's grab a few net balls. Repels are fine. Shame this isn't Shining Pearl, because I'd be over the moon at the possibility of naming a Misdreavus. That would be fun. And Miss Magius is still a possibility. I'm going to assume that 5 minutes has not been enough time for Honey. I was correct. Still, it's always best to check. When it comes to honey trees, we might have to, on one of our streams, just start the stream by slathering a bunch. Yeah, you know, on one of the streams, I will, a few hours before the stream starts, run around and slather some honey trees. So that we'll be able to do the honey tree encounters, on stream. So that's probably going to be stream after next. That's just going to be a lot easier to sort out once we have access to fly. Hey Ponyta, what's up? Cool, nice talk. Interesting. Get him, Monferno. Cool. Alright, Route 205 encounter. It's a Shellos. Cole, you get to name a Shellos. No, goddamn. Okay, you don't get to name a Shellos because I went too quick. I was trying to switch to Jirachi and I accidentally hit run. God damn it. God damn it. That was me being very stupid. I apologize for that. Sorry. God damn it. I would have actually been really happy to have a Shellos and a Gastrodon. Those would have actually been really useful to have. God damn it. Well, it wouldn't be one of my Nuzlocke streams if I didn't do at least one thing profoundly stupid, I guess. That did hurt me, though. If nothing else, I at least want you to know that I feel bad about it. I should feel bad about it, and I do feel bad about it, and I deserve that. Hey, Machop, what's up? Cool, nice talk. Next. Hey, Geodude, what's up? How are you doing? It's a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for coming to see me in this troubling time. I'm going to punch you to death now. Ugh, damn it. Sir, please stop throwing Pokemon at me. I'm depressed. Can you not see I'm depressed? I just messed up my chance to capture a sea slug. This is really serious, Daniel. Yeah, cool. There's an item down there. Why not? Excuse me. Do Pecha Berries. Do Orange Berries. Yeah, cool. Pleasure to meet you. Hello, random girl. Gardenia's ace is a level 22 Roserade. Wait, was that Roserade or Roselia? Level 22... No, it is Roserade. Level 22 Roserade. So, we do still want to get more experience on Monferno. We are still 4 levels below her ace, and Roserade is fairly powerful and does have stuns for. We now have Insomnia. Cool. Cool, thanks Elizabeth. Hello, sir. You've got one Pokemon, and it's an Onix. Uh-huh. Cool. Nice. Good. More power-ups. Cool. Flame Wheel. There's the big one. There's the big one. It's stronger and it's physical. Oh, hell yes, Monferno. Cool. Repel. Hello. Give me your bed. Thank you. I am also taking this super potion. It will serve me well in the coming struggles. Alright, Eterna Forest, new location. Also, cute NPC. Hi, Cheryl. How you doing? Alright, our Eterna Forest encounter is... Baniri or Budu? Okay. Make some marks on my lap here. Eterna Forest. Alright. Budu. Did I ever run into a Budu? No. Okay. Do we want the Budu or do we want the Baniri? Budu would be peak. Okay. Then we are going to go for Budu. And Cole, you can pick a name for the Budu. Alright, X, Pokeball, go. Alright, Budu has been caught in Eterna Forest. Eterna Forest, Budu. Okay. Nice. Name it Lee. Will do. Lee the Budu. And adjust the next name. Nope. Perfect. And now we've gotten that taken care of. So many new items. There. Repel. If we could get access, or just be on the verge of access to the Grand Underground, we could actually do our first Grand Underground encounter next stream, and that would be a really cool way to open, because I'd actually be able to show off how I'm planning to do that, how it's going to work. Because I do have a whole system set up for that, but it is going to require, like, a fair bit of work putting things onto the wheel. Cool. Good work, Jevil. Good work, Lee. We'll be sure to deposit our 5th Pokemon once we get to Eterna City. Max party size is 5. There's just not much I can do about that right now. And that's okay. Having that Budu in the party is not going to help anything. Beautifly. Well, aren't you an adorable Pokemon? And you're dead. Your cousin Dustox was incredibly helpful in my run against the Elite Four last time. Cool. And you also have a Silcoon, who is also going to die. I am the Wheel of Death. I will destroy you and all that you hold dear. Good job, Monferno. We're just going to try to get out of the forest quickly and efficiently. But also, God is evolving. At long last, God has achieved his true form. Look upon to the face of the divine. Isn't that just what the divine looks like? That's definitely what God looks like. More importantly, though, we get Water Gun, which is our first access to a water-type move. Yep, Fire, Water, Grass. Triangle achieved. Cool. Ooh. Thanks for the heal. I like this music. Hello. My god, the psychics have seen that I will go down in defeat. I think you're wrong about that. You have 2 Abras. Don't worry, Cheryl. I will protect you with my fire monkey. You have a moderately attractive character model, and that means that you have value. I think that's how science works. That's probably how science works. I'm very familiar with science. Cool. Haha, I beat you up. Yep, another repel. And it's just that easy. Alright, we are back on Route 205. Oh! Oh, the Shellos wasn't a valid catch either. Okay, the Shellos was never valid. All of this was Route 205. Oh, okay, that's fine then. Alright. I'm glad we noticed that. Okay, so Shellos was never valid. Okay, honestly, Bibarol... You guys might want to go down a little bit just so you're not quite blocking the text boxes so much. Oh, nope, there's the equalizer. Well, I'm glad that we did not catch Shellos then. Good night and good luck, man. Thank you, noob. Thanks for stopping by. It was good to see you. Potion. Okay, first thing in Eterna City, we need to find the Name Raider. So that Monferno can finally achieve their true name, Wukong. I did not forget. There. Hit the wrong button. Sir, I need you to name this Pokemon Wukong. Thank you. Nice. And Budu needs to go into the box. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's go knock out the grass gem. I require a bicycle. You don't have any bicycles. You lied to me. Hello. I do actually like this gym design. Okay. You. Battle me. Oh no! How did you spot me? I was impossible to notice. If for some reason, instead of looking out of your eyes, you were looking at this entire situation from near the ceiling and looking down at a vaguely isometric angle. But that's how everybody sees the world, right? No, it's just me? Wow, I should probably see a doctor. Or an exorcist. Hey, Roselio, what's up? Anyway, have you met my friend Flame Wheel? Well, I'm glad I could introduce you to. You have a good day, ma'am. Oh, don't get so upset. It'd be so chic peak if we find a shiny magnetite. Oh, God, you're back on the magnemites again. That being said, though, that actually would be amazing. Because that would mean we'd get access to Magnezone, and that would be absolutely huge. So all I can do is agree with you completely. We are poisoned. That's fine. She is an aroma lady. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I think it means that she farted before this fight started. Cool. Endeavor. No, we're not going to take Endeavor. Nice. Good job, Wukong. Good job, Jevil. Jevil learned Helping Hand. That could actually be useful. Okay. First things first. I absolutely hate the menu sounds in BDSP. Like, that sounds terrible. Might be into perfumes. Something associated with her plant associations and flowers. I don't know. I think that's a stretch. I think it's just a safer assumption that she farted. See, look at her. This one's just got particles. She definitely farted. She put glitter in her butt, and then she farted. Now she's a shiny aroma lady. That's how science works. Brock would be into it. Perfect. Do 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 do. Hello. See, this one did not fart. And I think we can all respect her for not farting on us. Get him, Monferno. Good job, God. Oh, yeah, that was easy. Alright, gym leader time. Let's knock this out nice and quick. It might be worth doing the Grand Underground. Chat delay is crazy. You can always try refreshing. We'll probably do the end of this episode by doing the Grand Underground tutorial, just so we don't have to sort of go through that tedious bit at the start of the next stream. It'd be great if we can just start the next stream and go straight into Grand Underground catch number 1. Yeah, Abra and Noob basically aren't here right now. That's fine. We're not going to have any more wild encounters today, so we'll just turn off the next name. Let's go, Monferno. Okay, that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. I don't want to do Grand Underground today, because in order to do it the way I want, I would basically have to spend probably 5 to 10 minutes cross-referencing information and putting it on the wheel. It would just cause the entire end of the stream to just immediately lose all of its momentum. There we go. Go for the power-up punches. You're wasting a lot of your stuff on a Turtwig. There we go. Alright. We are now ready to wipe her whole team with Flame Wheels. Reflect wore off, I meant to hit Flame Wheel. That's okay, though. Even if he tries to put up Reflect again, he's taunted and he can't do it. Yep, it all worked out. Without a Reflect and with boosted Flame Wheels, Roserade will not be a threat. There we go. It's not the end yet. Yeah, it's absolutely the end. Grass Knot ain't gonna do crap. That actually did quite a bit more than I thought it would. Roserade is down. Cool. Not bad. Where do we get the rods in this game? I didn't bother looking that up yet. Cool. And that is badge number 2. The Forest Badge. And we got stickers. And TM86s. I believe that's Grass Knot? Yep. Actually, a pretty good move. Cool. You're not back. Okay, you're still at the Galactic Building. Grand Underground. Uh-huh. Explorer kit. Cool. Let's knock out the tutorial real quick. Whee! Hey, Rourke, what's up? Cool. Yeah, let's go up. Cool. Cool. Alright, we can now access the underground. All in all, team is going pretty good. Oh, hello there. Mysterious character that I definitely don't know who you are. Uh-huh. 93s. We got cut. Bye, Cynthia. Boy, sure would be fun. What's going to be in tomorrow's agenda? Some map work, a little bit of event work. Nothing too crazy. It should be pretty chill, honestly. Excuse me. Alright, apparently we're going here. Yes, hello. Hello! Honestly... I may want to end the stream relatively soon. I can always knock out... I can always save the bike shop owner next time. It's already been 2.5 hours. I did get 2 badges today, so... Honestly, done pretty good so far. I can't wait to see the Pokemon Presents this next week. I'm really curious what they're going to be bringing out for it. Well, I say that, but I know it's going to be 80% mobile games. Which, I mean, okay, fine. Pokemon is more than just mainline games. They do have a lot of things that I don't partake in, but which other people do. You know, I just have to accept that. That's just the way it is. It's okay. I mean... I can go a little bit longer. It's fine. Being able to go straight into exploration and adventure next stream will be fun. Funny thing, yesterday on a friend's stream in virtual chat, I read out loud Dr. Seuss's Sneetches on the Beaches, and the guy in chat said, "What is bro yapping about?" Yeah, that'll happen anytime you're reading Dr. Seuss to someone who doesn't know what's going on. Perfect. Good job, Tina. Ugh. First big yawn of the stream, I think. I also need to get more canon recorded. Recording canon isn't so bad. It takes a fair bit of editing. Hello. Oh no, it's Scientist Travin, and his mouth is broken. Hello, Kadabra. Flame Wheel. Well, it was a fun time, Kadabra. I hope you enjoy your spoon and your mustache. Uh-huh. Hello. I'm here to beat you up. Well, hello, Jupiter. I'm always a fan of an asymmetric leg design, but isn't your left leg cold? It looks like your left leg would get cold. Ooh, damn, Poison Fang. That's a nasty one. Okay, badly poisoned. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that. You absolute jerk. Well, now I don't even care if your left leg is cold. How dare you? Alright, what's your other one? Scum Tank. Okay. You probably die in 2 flame wheels. I don't think you do not die in 2 flame wheels. That is a flamethrower. Okay, okay. That's a little scary. Nope, not run Pokemon, Okay, God, would you mind helping me for a minute, please? Holy hell. Okay, Super Potion on Wukong. Poison Gas. I don't think he can kill me in 1 hit from here, even with poison. If he crits, I die. For sure. Okay. That's fine. Freaking hell. I think we're just gonna have to go with power-up punches? We need to boost. Freaking hell, he's running a berry. Goddamn citrus berry. You absolute asshole. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. We are getting our boosts. Snarl hurts, but is survivable. From here, he should be 2 flame wheels away from death. And I think we have to risk the flame wheels. No, okay, he was 1 flame wheel away from death. I completely forgot about Aftermath. I genuinely could have died to Aftermath. Holy crap. Oh, that sucked. That really sucked. Oh, God. Oh, that was horrifying. Holy hell. Okay, yikes. That was a genuine threat to the entire run. Yikes. Oh. Okay. Okay. We are good. We're alive. Everything is fine. Let's just do another couple of things real quick, and then we will end the episode. I'm going to see if I can access grass on the other side of town. Which I can. Route 211. What are we finding for Route 211? Route 211 is Bidoof. So, Route 211 is dead. Well, that's unfortunate. Then, final thing for today, we will grab the bike. Next week, when we start the stream, we are going to start with Grand Underground First Encounter. And we'll be trying to get at least the next 2 badges. We're going to take a green bike. Yes, I do want a green bike. And we're done. Cool. We'll just register those real quick. And also register the Explorer Kit. Alright. And that is going to be it for today's stream. Honestly, that was a really solid start. There we go. So thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching and participating. As always, it is an incredibly fun and delightful time to have people here as part of this experience. The next Nuzlocke will be a week from today, probably somewhere around the same time. It will be Saturday morning, regardless of the specifics. We will start out by getting our first set of wheel spins for the Grand Underground. So I'm looking forward to that. Tomorrow morning will be the usual RPG Maker stream. The current daily series on the channel is canon, and that is going to start being interspersed with StarCraft 2 this next week, so you can look forward to that as well. There will also be Banjo-Tooie this next week. I don't know exactly when yet. Sorry we didn't get to the Banjo-Tooie stream this week, but it should all work out. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one, and it is time to make the sound to summon the end of the stream. Wow, 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 wow.